All right, I'm talking with Hailey, and Hailey has kind of a unique story. And why don't you start, Hailey, by telling us a little bit about your upbringing, and can you pronounce your name for me?
Well, my name is Haile Kiros Gabrahiwat. My middle name is Haftu Haile Kiros Haftu Gabrahiwat. So I'm from Ethiopia. As a child, I grew up in Sudan. My childhood was in Sudan.
Sudan, okay.
Yeah, which I went as a refugee because I was born during the civil wars in Ethiopia.
Okay.
So I had to go to Sudan and stay there until the civil
How
war.
old were you when you had to travel as a refugee?
5, 4.
4 or 5 years old, and you had
Yeah.
to. And how long did that take you?
Well, it was through a long journey. It was not like just move because we had to cross enemy lines all the way to Sudan. So it took 3 months.
3 months. When you did that, you probably slept outdoors and.
Oh yeah, we hide from the enemy. We had to hide from the enemy. So
Wow.
we sleep during the day and travel during the night. Through the
And you were
forest.
4 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you remember a lot of that?
Yeah, actually, I have a vivid memory of my childhood.
Was it very
Much
scary?
more than
In most children.
much more than my older age times. I remember my childhood a lot.
Wow. And how did you get there? I mean, who guided you there? Were there older people that went with you?
Well, it's long story. It will be taking me to my life stories, and I lost my parents during the civil war, and my two brothers and a sister had to join the freedom fighters against the
Your sister fought with them?
against the communist government by then. That was a war between freedom fighters and the government, communist government.
Wow.
So I, was kind of abducted child. The freedom fighters took me away from home. They did it for good. I mean,
Keep you safe. And
keep me safe, and their purpose is for me to grow up and be a fighter. Ultimately, that is the goal.
what was the average age of a fighter? Like, how old were you when you were old enough to fight?
If you finish grade 6, you are old enough to.
So maybe 12 or 13?
Yeah, something like
And they give you like a machine gun?
that. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Straight training and be a fighter.
Wow. And so you fled to Sudan
Mm-hmm.
at age 5?
Yeah,
Somewhere in
it
there.
was the journey was between. I mean, I stayed with the fighters in the forest or jungle, whatever, for a couple of years, and then the war was getting intense all the time, and they had to take us, not only me, other kids too. They had to take us to Sudan.
Wow.
Then they had a refugee camps there, and they teach us, politics in elementary school, and then just when we reach grade 6, they take us back home and be a fighter.
And that was in Sudan.
Yeah.
How did you end up as a fighter?
No, because I didn't finish when the war finished. I was only grade 5.
Wow.
So I missed it.
The Lord watched out for you.
Yeah.
So, and you got by while you were in Sudan because somebody sponsored you?
No, it's they were our guardians. They were the one who take care of us, the fighters.
Okay.
I mean, I know that the Swedish government was the one who was supplying the supplies, food, clothing, exercise books. I mean, everything. But it was the fighters that would take care of us. And, we grow up with them and become fighters.
Wow. So once you were out of grade 5 and the war is over,
And
what happened to you?
we went back home. I mean, we kind of pushed them to take us home because it was horrible place to stay there in Sudan in the refugee camp. Everybody was dying of malaria, and it's just horrible life. We enjoyed as a kid, but it was so bad life. So we pushed them to take us home, and yeah, definitely it was a time for them to take us home. And we came home, and I stayed with them for 4 more years, and then this latest sponsor of mine, Adventist lady, who has organization by the name Rich International.
Bridge?
Rich International. Rich.
Oh, Rich?
Yes.
International.
Yeah. She
Okay.
came to Ethiopia, started an orphanage there, and
And-
took us.
And you ended up in the orphanage.
Yeah.
Okay, and they put you through school in the orphanage.
Yeah.
And you told me just a minute ago that you're a pharmacist.
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of blown away. So after you graduated school, you went to college. How were you able to go to college?
I mean, in Ethiopia, college is for free.
Really?
Yeah, tuition, food, nothing, just free. You go there, and it's the government
Really?
helping you food. Otherwise, nobody will go to college.
Yeah.
It's a poor country, and it's. I don't think it's only in Ethiopia. In poor countries, it's like that. It's the government
So
covering all the expenses. So.
well, that's interesting. But that's quite an opportunity. So you would have finished college at 6 years? You said. So you were what, 24?
Yeah, something like that.
24, 25.
Yeah.
And you're
I never celebrate my birthday, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know for sure. It's just in my passport or in my IDs. So
Okay.
I'm not really sure how old am I.
Okay.
29, 30.
Okay. And so you graduated pharmacy school. When did you start? You told me that you have ulcers. When did those ulcers start?
The ulcer starts when I was about just to start grade 12.
Grade 12. So about 17, 18, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 17, 18.
Okay. And so you've had those for 11 years.
Yeah, now it's 11 years. I stayed 6 years in the university, 4 years I worked, 2 years in America, 13.
Oh, 13 years.
13 years, yeah.
Wow. So what did you do for your ulcers? And what type of pain did those give you first off?
Well, it was when it starts, when I was grade 12, it was like chest pain, heartburn thing.
When did it bother you the most, though? Like when you ate certain foods?
When I was eating, when I ate food.
Okay. Just certain foods or any food?
Any food, the food in Ethiopia, our naturally our food is sour and spicy and fermented thing. So it was the food. Every food was not good.
Not good for ulcers. Yeah. So and then you were a pharmacist. So did you prescribe yourself medication or?
Well, the ulcer treatment drugs are not over-the-counter drugs in Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
You have to go to a physician and get prescription.
Okay.
So yeah, it was not difficult to get the drugs for me. So I have tried all the drugs.
Okay.
And the ulcer was getting worse and worse all this time in the university. And after I was year 4, 4th year pharmacy student, it was that time when it starts
really debilitating.
Yeah, really serious.
And they cause you a great deal of pain, huh? You told me that.
Yeah.
You told me on the phone you just really wanted to find a way to be done with it.
It's just draining my energy, my potential, everything. If you don't sleep enough, all evils come. You will be irritable, you will be weak, you will be hopeless, you will be.
Yeah, you need your sleep.
I'm at school, then that is when it gets serious. When I sit to study,
Okay, well, I'm going to stop the film now.